Hey y'all, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing good today. Another beautiful day here another awesome day here in beautiful Houston, Texas. Another beautiful day here in awesome Houston, Texas. I guess they both work, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Hope everybody's doing alright. Man. Woo. I am tired and stinky. Need a bath. Damn it. I had a lot of fun today. Welding inside of a box. Inside a box! What's in the box? Dave's in the box. At least today. That's fine now. It's nice to get out and do stuff every once in a while, you know what I mean? I don't want to lose all of my hard-earned skill sets. So, now that I think maybe we have resolved a few, if not all, and probably only temporarily resolved a couple of the issues that we've been experiencing lately with the video editing software. Hopefully I can get back on track and deliver these episodes in a timely fashion and on schedule. I feel, man, dude, like really, I feel the worst about maybe losing people for the quiz, man. I really like the quiz thing. I was hoping I could keep that up, but I guess it's not gonna happen. Does my face look like really red? Oh man. Yeah. I'm just noticing it now. Really red and really old and wrinkly. So, alright. I'm fine. It's fine. You know, it takes a little bit to get used to the fact that you're not a young person anymore. Yeah. So, I mean, I have my hood on, but the light reflects. 85 degrees and mostly cloudy today. Feels like 91. We're not just going to take their word for it, are we? I don't know. I don't think it feels like 91. Low this morning of 73. Wind right now to the southeast at 15 miles per hour. Humidity is at 60%. Lovely. Dew point is up to 70. Pressure is down at 30.02 and visibility is 10 miles, baby. Man, y'all are so smart. Wonderful job. Goodbye, brother. We'll take it from here. Dallas Police Officer Dung Nguyen, at the funeral of fellow Officer Rogelio Santander, who was 27, was remembered at a funeral service on Tuesday that drew hundreds of mourners, including fellow police officers. Santander was killed last week while trying to arrest a man at a Dallas Home Depot. One other officer and a Home Depot employee were also shot and still remain hospitalized. Of course, our best wishes to the families of everyone involved in that incident. So on this day in 1992, wow, another 20th century on this day in history. Wonderful. Richard von Weizsäcker. Yeah. Right? Like, don't be a wiseacre. Don't be a wise ass. Don't be a... I don't know, something like that, right? Alright, anyway, so, okay, I got it. On this day in 1992, Richard von Weizsäcker, the president of Germany, who was in Houston on a state visit, commended the German musical tradition exemplified by the Born Village Band. Born. We were just talking about that place the other day, actually. German immigrants to Texas had a profound influence on the development of music in the state. Acclaimed as the oldest continuously organized German band in the world outside Germany itself, the Born Village Band was organized in 1860 by Karl Danger to complement the Born Gesang, the Born Singing Club. The band practiced in barns during the difficult Civil War period. After the war, it continued to practice and play at various events in and around Bourne. During World War I and World War II, the band was less active but remained organized, and it has flourished since 1945. Dr. Kenneth Herbst became director of the band in 1972 and attended the luncheon at which the German leader made his remarks. For the band's 130th anniversary in 1990, Peter Finn, a noted German composer, dedicated and presented his march Gruß an Texas, Greetings to Texas, to the band. In the 1990s, the band continued to perform regularly at the Texas Folk Life Festival, the New Braunfels Words Fest, the Kendall County Fair, and the Bourne Burgess Fest, the Bourne Summer Evening Concerts events, and many other events. All right. Cool. Pretty badass. So, again, I understand it's my fault, but we don't have any answers for any of the quiz questions yet, so I'm going to wait to see if somebody answers the last couple that we did. And if not, I don't know. If nobody's into it, then we'll figure out something else to do, huh? If anybody's got any ideas for a show segment, I'm more than willing to listen. I love ideas, especially when I don't have to come up with them myself. So, anyway, since we're foregoing the quiz question of the day until we get somebody that answers the last two, we will move on where we left off yesterday on our story about the bank robber, right? Yeah. So, if we remember when we left off, we were talking about how there were the one heist where they took off in the white pickup truck and shot the guard, and then you had another heist where they tried to blow up the door, and then you had a third heist within about a year's time of each other, I think. And the third heist resembled very much the first one, where they immediately shot at the guard, except this time he was wounded, not killed. And they took off in another stolen vehicle, again like the first one, right? So we left off at the end of our story yesterday at the crime scene of the third armed robbery, where it was very similar to the scene from the first armed robbery. So once again, the FBI task force arrived to conduct interviews and study the surveillance videos. The details regarding the task force investigation are based on affidavits from FBI agents, court records, testimony given at a hearing in a federal district court, and interviews with attorneys and other sources who had been briefed by authorities about the robberies and murders. An FBI spokesperson did not make agents available for interviews. The task force likely wanted to know whether the shooter was on the same one involved in Kenny's death, the first one. And if so, why this time? Why? And if so, why this time hadn't he relied on any help other than a getaway driver? Had his Capital One accomplices backed out of this robbery, unwilling to risk being shot at again? Or was the Loomis shooter someone else entirely, a random Houston criminal with a rifle? Hoping to generate a lead, the task force released a video to the public of the shooter opening fire, and a $1,500 reward was also offered for information leading to the arrest of the armed robber. But as with the Capital One heist, there were no tips worth investigating. Then on March 18th, 2016, just a few minutes past noon, another Loomis armored car pulled up to a J.P. Morgan Chase branch on Airline Drive in North Houston. The messenger, Melvin Moore, carried a cash-filled cassette intended for a bank's outdoor ATM. But while reloading the ATM, he was struck by gunshots and collapsed to the ground. A black Nissan Altima, which had been idling in the parking lot, accelerated towards the messenger. A man in the back seat leaped out of the car to grab the cassette, but Moore, a 32-year-old married father of 4 young children, was still alive. He grabbed his handgun and fired at the man, who dived back into the Altima as it roared out of the parking lot. Moore dropped to the pavement and died. Fuck. Well, good deal, Moore. At least you got a shot at the bastard. This time, when members of the task force studied the bank's video, they couldn't believe what they were not seeing. The shooter. Instead of trying to kill the messenger while charging him, the shooter had set up outside the range of the surveillance cameras, at least 50 yards away. There, like a sniper, he was able to peer through the scope of his rifle, take a few breaths to steady himself, and fire away. The task force deduced that as soon as the messenger had fallen, the shooter must have calmly driven away in his own vehicle while his accomplices in the Ultima screeched toward the ATM to grab the money. This particular scheme was brutal and efficient, like something out of a Michael Mann film. If Mori died instantly, the scheme would have gone off without a hitch. Yet even then, the whole operation transpired so quickly, in a matter of seconds, that the driver of the armored car hadn't been able to get off the shot. The surveillance camera didn't capture the Ultima's license plate number or get a clear image of the man who had tried to snatch the cassette, and there was no evidence at all regarding the identity of the shooter. No one had reported seeing him fire his rifle or drive away. Although another $1,500 reward was offered, no one came forward with helpful information, and once more the task force was left confounded. All it could do was wait and see if the shooter and his crew ambushed another car. That shit's gotta be frustrating. The wait lasted 5 months and 11 days. On August 29th, just before 6 p.m., outside of Wells Fargo Bank on Northwest Freeway, a 25-year-old Brinks messenger named David Guzman was preparing to place a new cassette into an ATM when gunshots rang out and he crumpled to the ground. A blue Toyota sedan quickly pulled up next to Guzman, and a masked man emerged from the back seat. He sprayed something on Guzman's face, perhaps to cloud his vision. The robber grabbed the cassette from the dying Guzman and hustled back to the Toyota. Whenever the robbers pried open the cassette, they must have celebrated it contained $120,000. So, crap. After the robbery, FBI agents were able to secure video from an outdoor security camera at an Extended Stay America hotel across the street from the bank. The footage was grainy, so license plates weren't legible, but agents did notice a white Toyota 4Runner pulling into the hotel parking lot at 2:54 p.m., 3 hours before the shooting, and backing into a parking space so that the rear of the 4Runner faced the bank. It left the parking lot at 5:57 immediately after the shooting. And during that 3-hour period, nobody entered or exited the SUV. Well, that's your boy right there, right? Why the FBI agents must have wondered, would someone park at the hotel, linger for several hours, and then drive away? Was the 4Runner involved in the robbery? Was the driver the man who shot Guzman? If so, why didn't the hotel's video show him getting out of the 4Runner with a rifle in his hands? But this wasn't their only lead. Someone came forward claiming to have inside information about the robberies. The task force had no doubt received calls from citizens motivated by the reward money. But curiously, that informant didn't ask for the full $1,500 prize, $15,000 prize, instead agreeing to take $3,500 in cash in return for the promise of anonymity. Anonymity. Ah! Damn it, that shit pisses me off. Anonymity. Fuck. Anonymity. Fuck. So, intrigued, or because it was their only, option, really, the task force agreed to the deal. The informant, who reportedly had a falling out with Batiste over an undivulged slight, told them that the ringleader behind the robberies was a man named Red Batiste, who a would-be real estate entrepreneur who lived in Acres Homes. Acres Homes, a lower to middle income community, is about 9 square miles in size. It's filled with old shotgun houses built on large, brushy lots, inexpensive apartments, and small homes in traditional subdivisions. Batiste lived in one of those subdivisions on Tarberry Road, in a house with burglar bars over the doors and windows. He was born in 1979, the only child of Roy and Joyce Batiste, and was raised just a few blocks outside of Acres Homes. Roy, who's now retired, worked as a Houston bus driver, and Joyce, who's also retired, worked in the purchasing department for the computer manufacturer Compaq. They were devoted to their son, determined to keep him out of trouble. Most Sundays, they took him to Mount Horeb Missionary Baptist Church, and they enrolled him in private schools from kindergarten through the 7th grade. He didn't suffer for anything, Joyce told me when I visited her and Roy. A kind woman with a soft voice, she sat at the kitchen table and sifted through a stack of photos of her son during his childhood. There was Batiste playing with a plastic racetrack, strumming a small guitar, hugging his father, posing with his basketball team. On the kitchen wall was a poster-sized photo of Batiste as an adult, eating barbecue and grinning. We loved him, and he loved us, Joyce said. Still, Batiste had his troubles. According to his mother, it began during his high school years. In April 1996, a few months after his 17th birthday, he was arrested for unlawfully carrying a weapon, a misdemeanor for which he received a 1-year probated sentence. A year later, he was arrested for misdemeanor assault. He reportedly got into a fight with a man who collided with his car, which led to a 6-month stint in county jail. Over the next 3 years, he racked up a hodgepodge of other misdemeanors: possession of marijuana, driving while intoxicated, evading arrest in a motor vehicle, driving with a suspended license, evading detention, and another assault charge. Yet people who knew Batiste said he wasn't a hooligan. His girlfriend at the time was the daughter of pastors. Now a pastor herself, she asked me not to use her name. She said Batiste was a charming, nice guy who laughed a lot. In 1998, she became pregnant and gave birth to their son, who had severe medical problems. Whoa. That might have been what motivated him. She and Batiste later broke up, and she was forced to sue him for child support. Well, I guess not. Their son died at the age of 5 from ongoing health issues. Red was a little spoiled, and he had an irresponsible streak. She said, but he was young. We both were. I really believed he'd grow up and become a success. Batiste had a second child, a daughter, with another girlfriend who also sued him for child support after they broke up. The daughter, with whom he stayed in contact with, is now in her early 20s. In 2000, when he was 21, he was convicted in federal court and sentenced to 6 years in federal penitentiary for making false or fictitious statements in the acquisition of a firearm. Prosecutors claimed he had arranged for a female friend to purchase guns for him at a gun shop, which he then resold for a profit on the black market. After being released on probation in 2005, he was arrested on felony charge of credit card abuse. And he reportedly used or sold stolen credit cards, which led to a 20-month sentence in state prison. In 2009, when he was 30 years old, he was charged again with credit card abuse, which led to 30 more days in the county jail. Yet, even then, no one considered him to be particularly dangerous. So, there's still 2 more pages, so I guess this is going to be a 3-parter. Man, very exciting. And I got to take another quick lap around because we still have some comments and questions we need to get to, man. Burning comments and questions, in fact. So let's do a little loop-de-loop here. Now look, average comment size. This, keep going, and that is one whole comment from Charles Eade. Now, Charles, I really appreciate the amount of time it must have taken to write all this. And I 100% guarantee that I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read this whole thing. But you will have to forgive me, sir, but I'm not going to read all of this on air. It would take me 30 minutes and I got to get home and feed the kids. So, please forgive me. But do know that I do plan to read this, okay? And whatever it has to say, I will think about it. And if you never know, man. I mean, it may be something that adds to my worldview. And this is one of the reasons I like to do this channel. Because everybody has something to contribute. And you can learn from anybody, you know? And again, Mr. Eade, thank you very much for... I mean, that is a hell of a comment, man. And I appreciate the effort. Absolutely. Without a doubt. I just don't have the time to read the whole thing, man. So let me start with Mike F. from 1 hour ago. On the What is the Bible For video. I find it funny that you have these deep conversations at work. In my office, the conversations are completely banal. Oh, that's a bummer, Mike. Yeah, man. That kind of sucks. You got nobody you can talk to? Yeah, that's kind of lame, dude. Maybe, I don't know. I guess you, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe you could, try try to seed the ground for these kind of conversations. You know, by you know, kind of letting people know that you're listening, and sharing in an open and positive manner your feelings, and trying to stretch out the conversations, topics, bring out new conversational things to talk about, kind of spread it around, find what people are interested in, let them tell you about the things that are interested in them, that they are interested in. You know, a lot of the best ways to get people to talk to you is to listen to what they have to say, you know? So they feel like you care. But you may have already done all that. You know, I don't really know. So I don't want to like lecture to you or anything else. I would say it's kind of a bummer, man. Hopefully you can change it, because you know it's fun to talk to people. You know, the whole reason for existence is other people, right? And what else are we fucking doing? All right, thank you very much, Mike F. I do appreciate the comment, sir. Charles E., let me just read a couple of the first sentences here. I totally agree with you on 2 points. 1, no one has all the answers. And 2, it doesn't really matter. I used to drink the Kool-Aid, but unfortunately not anymore. I still believe in God, but from a more deist, non-interventionist clockmaker position. Nice. There's a whole bunch more, and again, I am going to read the entire thing as soon as I get home, Charles. Thank you very much for commenting, dude. Maybe after I've read it, I can come back and we can talk about a couple specific points. That'd be fun. All right, moving on to Gabe Purcell from 1 hour ago. Right, I agree, man. The world and life, it's too amazing to just randomly happen. This is on the, still on What of the Bible For video. Another thing that trips me out is people that believe in God and evolution theory. As in, we came from a monkey or some shit. Because don't those two theories cancel each other out? Have a good day, man. Gabe. Thank you very much, Gabe. Yeah, you can't believe that we came from monkeys and also that God created us in his own image at the same time. Unless you think that God's a monkey. And that's kind of fucking weird. I mean, that's like we're all on the shell of a turtle thing or whatever. Nope, unfortunately, you know, and this is, I think, what drives people away from religion is you have to pick a side. You know, you have to make a choice. Anyway, moving on to Daniel Asselford. All right, Daniel, good to hear from you again, pal. The great thing about God and science is there is no way to explain... hold on. Let me just, here. I turn in here probably. Oh. Let me just park over here for a sec. Won't be in the way, I hope. All right. Okay, sorry. The great thing about God and science is that there's no way to explain the beginning with either of them. Thus, there is no way to prove or disprove either argument. Example, religion. Where did God come from? Who knows? Example, science. Where did the universe start? Well, there was a Big Bang. Question, great. So where did the Big Bang come from? Oh, well, there was an atom that exploded. Great, so where did that atom come from? Who knows? Note, if you ask great, well, where did that come from long enough, nobody has an answer. Great video, Dave. Thanks for sharing your light. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for commenting, sir. That's pretty good, actually. Moving on to Icky Trump from 6 hours ago on the Texas Daily. Would love a video on San Antonio. Thinking of moving there. Also, I think, was that the same person? Hold on. Thinking of moving there, and then the next page, and then also maybe asked what is the best neighborhoods to live in Houston. I think there was more to that comment, though. Let me come back to that. If that was you, Icky, on both of them, then I'll try to read it tomorrow. And if that was somebody else, where the last part of your comment was what is the best neighborhoods to live in Houston, I'm going to answer, I don't know. You got to kind of tell me more about yourself. But I would recommend going to the Greater Houston Partnerships website. And they have this kind of cool, like, quiz thing you do where you put in information about your income and your lifestyle and your family and kind of what sort of stuff that you like personally. And it will actually give you neighborhood ideas. And then you can look at those and kind of get a better idea of where to start, at least, looking. So definitely a great resource. I would definitely check it out. Greater Houston Partnership. Okay. Yeah. And Icky Trump, I'm actually planning to go to San Antonio very soon. Actually, I want to go a little bit past San Antonio to the Llano River. There's a little state park near there. They got a big dam, and it's nice. You can float and fish, and they got a campsite and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to do that in the next couple months. And I would do a nice long, like 4-hour long drive around and see everything about San Antonio. So we are going to do that soon. Stay tuned, sir. Mike F. from 15 hours ago, the 3 Texas settlements were Sodom, Gomorrah, and Babylon. Yuck, 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 yuck. No. I'll give you a hint. One of them was San Antonio. All right, Tyler Westling, 15 hours ago, also on the Texas Daily, same as Mike F. Thanks for all you do, brother. Keep the good work coming. Might be a little gray out, but visibility is 10 miles, so it's all right. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And then Gabe Purcell again, all right, on diversity in Houston. Man, I was coming to that in a while. Hey, bro, Gabe here. Just watched your Dan Name video. Blows my mind how someone could take your videos wrong. I know myself and others sure enjoy to hear what you have to say. Always hope you're doing good. Thanks again for your advice on our move. Love to cross paths someday. God bless. Well, Lord willing, we will, sir. Thank you very much, Gabe. I appreciate it, and I'm just glad I'm able to help out a little bit, dude. Thank you very much for writing. I appreciate that. Moving on. Carlos Villegas from Moving to Texas says, it sounds tempting. I may move to Texas, sell my house in LA, and buy me a ranch over there, but I need to find me a wife first, and I don't want to be alone in Texas. Well, hey, man. All the good girls live in Texas, brother, so come on down. I'm sure you can find one. Yes, my wife's from Texas, so, yeah. Oh, good luck in everything, Carlos. I hope it works out, man. But, yeah, man, I'm sure you can find... If you open your heart, there's always love to be found, sir. All right, moving on to Debbie King from 22 hours ago on the Texas Daily. I just found out that besides India, Texas has the largest tiger population. 2,000 to be exact. Texas allows private citizens to own tigers, and they only cost about $1,000. That was my Texas trivia thought for the day. Badass, Debbie. There's actually a picture on Twitter from Mr. Cornyn where a couple of assholes had left a baby tiger out to die out in West Texas. Thankfully, a good citizen, came by and found it, and it is now being returned. Well, I don't know where they're going to take it exactly, but hopefully it'll live a little longer. But yeah, dude, we got all kinds of, and if you want to own one and have it as a pet, you can own all kinds of exotic animals here. Also, if you're in the mood to shoot one of those exotic animals, you can do that here as well. God bless Texas. You know what I mean, man? Got something for everybody. Then Daniel was letting me know it got cut short. Thank you very much, Daniel. I do appreciate that. And then I think we read yours 21 yesterday. Great channel, yeah. I'm from France and plan to move to Texas in a few years. I'll have to go there, just visit everything. Yeah, we definitely read that yesterday. So, that is it. Yeah. Sweet. Well, thank you to everyone who commented. Man, I really love hearing from you guys. I mean, I really do like it. It is one of my favorite things to do every day. I look forward to this all day long. And it's cathartic for me, too, because, I don't know. It feels like I get to take all the stuff that happened to me in the day and just, whoosah, just let it out, man. Whoosah. Bad Boys. It's great. Was that Bad Boys or Bad Boys 2 where he was doing that? Or maybe it's from something else entirely. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's from Bad Boys. So at least that's what I remember. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, really, just want to say that, man. I appreciate everybody that takes the time to comment. I love hearing from y'all. I love your thoughts and Texas trivia and all your great responses. It really makes my day. So thank you very much for commenting. My name is David Taylor. Also, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and share. hit the like button, all that fun stuff. And as always, y'all have a good one.